Shalom Rastafari, Assalamu Alaikum. Peace to the kings and the queens of the earth. Hope everyone's having a great start to their week. Today's Monday, and we're in December. We're at that time of the year, holiday season. You can get lonely. You can get time for family. A lot of pressures. Just know that no matter what this holiday is, you don't have to do anything. And this is from the heart, right? So just realize that. Don't get caught up in too much pressures to try to make people happy just because everyone else is doing certain things. Give love. That's all you can give, and that's sometimes the biggest gift. Today, speaking of that, I just wanted to talk. And usually I'm in my revolutionary bag, but today get a little personal as far as just mental. Maybe think people are going through these things, and this is just basically. I saw a quote basically saying that sometimes the love you give will not be the love that you receive. And I felt that. And I felt that a couple of days ago. And, I've been going through some things lately that really reminded me of that. I take everything as a lesson, right? And I think that when you get to a better mental state, you get past that point of almost like a porcupine, right? Like nobody can really do anything to you without you reacting, or maybe you keep it away. So you have the porcupine, claws or spikes, whatever the hell, you have them up. You have them up, and so no one can even touch you or get close. But that's like your way of protecting yourself. And then all of a sudden you might put those down and you let people in because you want love and you just want to have, just want to help, want to meet, not just meet people, but, you're just not trying to be closed off. And you figure out that a lot of people will use the hell out of you for your energy. A lot of people will see who you are. They'll take your kindness for weakness. They'll take your loyalty and use that because they think that you're always going to be there for them. And they'll stomp on that shit, so to speak. And they'll leave you in a state of just like, you just know that it happened, and then they just kind of walk away from you and they say nothing with no reaction. And it's kind of like leaves you in this state of like, how could you do that to me? You know what I mean? And there's people who will do that. They'll give you all this energy and they'll make you feel certain things and they'll tell you certain things. And then all of a sudden the energy is just taken away and you kind of sit back and you fall and you realize that you've been either used, or you realize it just didn't, this person just was coming through in your life, and then that was it. And so I've learned to really take everything in stride. I've learned to, if I open up to people and they violate that as far as like being open, and all of a sudden they just kind of closed off, or all of a sudden certain things are happening, I've learned to legitly just get to a point of seeing that as a really good lesson, and also taking that in. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. That's when a man or a woman is really in a higher vibration, when there's not a lot that it can affect them. Personally, it might. Personally, it could hit you. Personally, emotions are real. And some of us, especially men, we let our guard down. And that's the thing. We let our guard down and we let, people inside of our life or whatever. And then they, it doesn't go well, or for whatever reason, they take that energy away because they're done with that energy and they use it, or the entire time you were just part of a game that they needed to better themselves. So obviously they just used you to get it could really hurt you. It could really put you in a state. And I've been through that many times. I've been through where the same person who wanted to talk to me and stay in my life didn't want to be accountable for the things that they were doing in my life and was holding me to my past. Then you fast forward, and then this person, if you look back at it, this person has spent more time fucking with my life than even in the entire time of the relationship. I was with this person for 1.5 years, and then you spent 2 years trying to fuck with me. So you got, you know what I mean? And then instead of, when I found out more stuff, I didn't have to tell them, they just knew. And instead of taking accountability, they just, okay, good luck. And they just knew, and they ran off. And like, that's what people will do sometimes. They won't take accountability. They just disappear. And that's happened to me a couple of times. And maybe like I said, I'm not some person who's going to sit here and just point the finger. I'm quite sure I've done that to other people, not even realize it, or I'm quite sure I'm getting karma from how I used to be. And that's how I've said it before too. I've chalked it up to that. Like if things happen in a way, I'm not gonna be like, what's going on? Why me? Da, 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 da. I chalk it up to karma sometimes. You know, when I got hit in the face with a baseball bat in Germany, and half my face had to be replaced with titanium and all this other stuff. The first thing I thought about was those club nights in Buffalo of us whipping people's ass. That was the first thing I thought about. Right? Like that's the first thing is like, yep, I'm getting my lick back, right? I'm getting my shit back. And so sometimes sometimes it's not, and sometimes it's also just a lesson, just a full-fledged lesson, right? That's it, just a lesson. And that's how I feel too. I feel like sometimes it's just a lesson, a full lesson that you have to learn that will better yourself and arm yourself up more. I have really, really got to that point of, I know for a fact that I'm okay with being like dolo or by myself or doing a lot of shit by myself. I know I am. Like, that's just not, that has nothing to like, oh, you're not going to allow anybody in your life. That doesn't mean that. It means like if you're with me, or as far as like a friend, a companionship, if I let you into this life, I'm not letting too many people. And a lot of people will figure that out once I take that energy away from them. There's a lot of people that I know for a fact that they're going to regret treating me the way they treat me, because they're going to figure out that there's not many people like me. There's not most men like me who are going to get up, stay disciplined, stay vigilant, and stay on it, and then stay loyal as fuck. Some of y'all have no clue what real loyalty is until it comes at you and then puts you right on your plate, and then next thing you know, you violate that because you're just into your own little zone, your own little headspace, and your own little selfish life, and you'll stomp on anybody just to get to a better place. And then once you get to a better place, and once you've done that, you turn back around. Now you're watching. Why are you watching? Because internally you feel a certain way, and you know it. So instead of you taking accountability, you stay quiet. But just know that people like that, they'll take accountability. The karma will come back in different ways. The karma will come back because all of a sudden you'll go to a different person. You'll be and you'll start to realize that, oh shit, when that person was there every morning, when that person was there for you anytime you called them, when that person was there, you know, and it just loyal as fuck, stay vigilant, didn't fold, didn't leave, didn't go whatever, and then somehow you violate that, you'll start to understand that those things are very rare. It's almost like you having a good meal and you just get tired of it and you treat it like shit, and then you go somewhere else and you figure out that same taste you'll never get, and you want to get the taste back, but the restaurant's closed now, so to speak, if that makes sense, right? So just wanted to go off on a little tangent about that. You know, some people need to really understand the presence that some people add in their lives, and understand that people like us are very rare. Trust me. You know, it's hard out here. So when you really start to understand it, some people need to treat people differently and be honest, right? Like flat out. But just know that the same love that you give will not be what you receive back most times. Sometimes it definitely will. Sometimes it'll be double, right? You'll meet someone, they're giving you so much love, and then it's a meeting, and you keep those people around. It could be just the same energy. It could be an energy match, right? I'm with that. There's people who are with my life. We're energy matches. Like you give me your energy, you match it. We stay on that level, and there's a bond there. Sometimes that's what's correct. That's what's right. That's what's needed. So I know I'm talking a little bit about it, but I just wanted to get that out there. The love you receive, or the love you give, may not be the love you receive. Shout out to y'all.